Hey, Doc Jones here from the Homegrown Herbalist School of Botanical Medicine. And we are here with Carolyn from the Homesteading Family. She and her husband Josh have the most fabulous website. And YouTube channel. You have a website too.
We have a website too.
Sure, why not? What's that? Homesteadingfamily.com.
Homesteadingfamily.com.
All right. So anyway, go to their YouTube channel. After you watch this, go to their YouTube channel. And she has amazing videos on, preserving and cooking and gardening and taming the wild landscape, and it's just an astounding resource. So anyway, we're excited. We're here with her little cottage garden, and we're gonna see what she's got going on. All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm feeling a little nervous, but I'm ready.
Let's get started. I can't wait.
All right.
So first of all, it's so pretty, Carolyn. I mean, it's just a lovely place to be, We had a little quick putter in and out to figure out some shots and stuff before, but just being in here it's really so sweet. And it's also one of the things that I've found in my life is that a lot of the medicinal plants are so beautiful and they're great landscaping.
Yeah.
You can do really pretty things even if you didn't want the medicine. Everything on your place can be medicinal.
Yeah.
Well, very good. So we got yarrow here. Best thing in the world for bleeding, and it's a good respiratory herb. We got lavender that's good for calming and insomnia and anxiety and killing about anything. Fun. Got some anise and catnip. Catnip is a wonderful herb for little belly aches and babies.
It's one of my favorite for tummy aches.
Yeah.
I make like a little glycerite for them.
Yep.
And it seems to help babies a lot.
Yeah, we've used a lot of that in our life too. I've been told, and I don't know if there's any research on it, but I've been told that nursing moms that drink catnip tea, that the babies have way less colic.
Oh.
That the chemicals are getting through the milk. So that's fun too.
That's a good trick to know.
Yeah, yeah. And then the valerian. Your valerian is so tall, Carolyn.
I think it's happy. It's kind of taking over everything.
When I first saw it, I thought it was angelica because it's 8 feet tall and it's backlit by the sun, but it's not. It's valerian. That's a really phenomenal plant too. So beautiful, and the smell of the flowers is like the most beautiful experience.
It's
really
a lot better than the smell of the roots, I have to say.
Yeah. Well, a lot of pretty girls are like that. They're really pretty and they smell nice, but their socks stink. We don't hold that against them.
Good thing I'm not wearing any socks.
Yeah, the root's the medicine on that one, but really, really good for insomnia. I use it for pain a lot on people.
Oh.
Topically, as a tincture.
Mm-hmm.
Soak right in and make a nerve feel better about everything.
Oh, that's great to know. Sometimes when I get really stressed out by all the kids, I'll take it for that and it just calms me down. It makes me feel happy again.
Yeah, I've used it on folks for really severe panic attack situations.
Oh, yeah.
Just knocks it right out.
Oh.
Really helps. And then you've got your hops up there. That is the most fantastic way to grow hops. I love it.
Well, we like it because not only does it give us the hops, but it shades the whole front of the house all summer long. So it actually cools the whole house down too. So it's really serving a couple of purposes, which is really handy.
And tell me tell me about your string system, because that's neat.
Yeah, so hops die back all the way to the ground every single year. So if you don't have a way to get the hops down, you end up with dead vines all over wherever you have it. So what we've done is we've just put little hooks, little cup hooks into the railings and up on the roof line up there. And then we just run like a hemp twine up and down so that at the end of the season, when they're all done, we go through and we can cut it all and the whole thing can just go right into the compost pile.
Wow.
Makes it really easy to clean up.
That's really, really great. Hops is one of my very best friends as an herb. I used it for years most people use it for gastrointestinal stuff. You know, it's calming, so it's good for belly aches and colic and stuff, but it's also got some antibiotic properties. So it's good for, bacterial infections in the gut, enteritis and things. It's not hard on the good guy bacteria, so that's nice.
Yeah.
But the thing I've been using it for lately is topically for pain.
Oh, really?
It's amazing topically for pain.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I discovered that completely by accident. I had never read it or heard it anywhere. But I'm actually writing a book about trees, about medicinal trees.
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out what the heck to do with the vines, because they're not weeds and they're not herbs and they're not trees. And where do you put them? So I said, I'll put them in the tree book. They climb the trees.
They need it.
Right? Anyway, so I decided to put hops in the tree book, and I was trying to remember if Humulus has one M or two M's, the genus.
Right.
So I Googled it, and it only has one, by the way, in case you're keeping score. But, but it's in I saw, on the page I was looking to find how many M's I needed. I saw that it's in the Cannabaceae family, which I knew, but I hadn't thought of for 20 years.
Yeah.
But it's in the same family as cannabis, which is marijuana.
Right.
There's only two genera in that family, cannabis and Humulus, which is these guys. But anyway, I thought, and just as I was writing that, how many M's, I had this horrible pain in my thumb. I'd moved a couch the day before, and I wrenched a nerve. And as I reached for the pen, I had this screaming pain run up my wrist from this nerve that I tweaked. And I thought, why am I not using that for pain?
Oh.
Right? And so I went back and got a bottle out of the shipping room, and I'm sloshing tincture on my hand. And my son-in-law comes and says, we got a spray top for those bottles if you want one. So I walked over to get the spray top, and I'm screwing it on. And I didn't get that top on before that pain was completely gone.
Oh, wow.
It was gone.
Wow.
And it turns out that hops interacts with the same cannabinoid receptors in your nerves and cells that marijuana does, which regulate pain and turn it off. And so it doesn't have any of the THC, which is
I didn't know.
The stuff that makes you high from marijuana. But, works as well or better, in my opinion, than CBD oil or, marijuana or anything. And it's not illegal, and it grows like a weed.
Right.
And geez,
I
why
mean,
aren't we
look at
using
it. It comes back every year bigger and stronger than the year before. So that's a great thing to know.
Very neat. Got some spearmint. Here's some calendula. One of the things I love about your garden is you're just letting it do its thing a little, and it probably was planned and organized, but they're kind of doing their thing. They're sneaking over here, and you got guys over there that probably weren't there last year.
Absolutely.
And I love that. It's sort of a natural permaculture-y way to do things. You can either do it this way, or you can have little boxy beds everywhere with this and this and this. And I've done both and do both, but this is just really beautiful. And there's nothing wrong with a calendula plant popping up somewhere you don't expect him, because you can harvest him there too.
Right. And they're
matter.
Absolutely beautiful, and
So
the pollinators love them. And I just love it because most of the things here are either perennials now, or they're well self-sown.
Yeah,
they're doing their own thing, and I don't need to plant anything in the spring out here, which is just what I want.
Yep. And that's one of the very nicest things about medicinal plants, is most of them are pernicious weeds.
Yeah.
They don't need any help.
But the one thing that I do have to do is I come out here and I yank out plants left and right, and I feel like, 2-3 years ago, I would have thought these things were precious, know, and now I'm just thinning them down and getting rid of them all over the place.
Well, and you harvest them, that's all right.
It's a good way to go.
Calendula, the flower, is the medicine, of course, and it's a great, great medicine. If I only had 5 plants, that would probably be on my list. That's really so good for so many things.
Yeah.
It's a good antibiotic. It's got some antiviral properties, anti-inflammatory. It accelerates healing like comfrey does, not quite as fast, but pretty good.
I love how safe it is, because it's really a family-friendly plant, and so I find myself grabbing for calendula often for our family.
And the only time to be concerned at all is you don't want to take it during pregnancy, but or lactation. But otherwise, it's really safe, even for little people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Really good. This is another favorite of mine, Elecampane. And the root's the medicine, but really a great plant. It's a really good expectorant. It's like the best expectorant in the world, I think, for getting goobers out of your lungs. It's also a good wormer. And it's very common for plants that are, very common for plants that are good expectorants to also be good wormers, because they're breaking up mucus.
Yeah,
right?
That would make sense.
So they break up the mucus in your gut, and out they go. It's the same principle. sort of a one-trick pony, but it's a good trick in lots of places. It's also one of the best things in the world for feeding your bugs in your gut. It's got an insoluble fiber in it called inulin. In fact, the genus of this plant is Inula. That's where inulin was named after.
Okay.
So this is the poster child for insoluble fiber that's good for your gut bacteria. But you know, just as a prebiotic booster for the bugs in your gut, it's really amazing.
That's really good.
And they're cute.
The smell of the roots is very interesting. When you work with them too, it's like a strongly aromatic wood. And I actually this year tried candying the Ella campaign roots because I heard that Julius Caesar's daughter, it was her favorite candy. And I thought, oh, what a better way to get the kids to take it when they're sick is if it's candied. Oh, they won't even touch it. It's
Is that
like
right?
sucking on aromatic wood. Now the syrup that I made for them, they like that and they'll
There
take
you go.
that. But the candy, nah,
Not
stay
so
away
much.
from that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we've got lemon balm here. That's another mint. It's all the mints. The mints seem to have a family mission statement that we're the mint family, and we want to do something nice for your nervous system, and we want to kill somebody. You know. And lemon balm, and then they go off. You know, most of them are calming for the nervous system. Most of them are sedating and calming and nice. And lemon balm certainly is good for that sort of thing, insomnia, anxiety. It's also really good for bipolar, especially if you mix it with St. John's, or the two together. For some people, it changes everything. Not everybody, but some people. But the guy he likes to kill is herpes virus.
Oh, okay.
So it's really good for cold sores is a herpes virus, shingles is a herpes virus. And you know, you can use it topically and internally for that, and it works really good.
Well, that's good.
Really fun. And it just smells wonderful.
It smells so good.
I love lemon balm. Well, the hollyhocks are lovely. They're having a happy day.
Yes, they're very happy this year. We use
And you
those
have all
for
kinds
all
of
sorts
flavors.
of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like using these for marshmallow. Anything we'd use for marshmallow, we just pull the hollyhocks for.
Yep.
And then we like the sunflowers. I usually use these for cosmetic things, for like putting for hair stuff. It makes your hair shiny.
Yeah.
So we use a lot of the petals for that.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're also wonderful for attracting little beautiful goldfinches and things.
Yes.
So yeah, the hollyhock and the marshmallow and the mallow, which is Malva neglecta, all three of those are in the same family and they have the same properties. The only disadvantage to hollyhock is it's a biennial. So if you want the root, you want to get it, you know, early in before it shoots up to flower the second year, or late in the first year. But the other two are perennial, so that it doesn't matter when you get the root as much. But yeah, they're full of that mucilage, that slimy, wonderful, soothing stuff that fixes about anything wrong with the mucous membrane. You know, anything in your guts or sore throats or bladder infections, bladder inflammation. Really great for that. The thing that I like them for that's magic is for reversing the early stages of gangrene.
Oh, wow.
Super important.
That's really powerful.
I'll get dogs that come into the vet clinic and, you know, they got bit by some other dog a week ago and mom waited 3 days to see what would happen. And, you know, finally I get the dog. And they're starting to get that line where everything's going to die and fall off.
Yeah.
If I get hollyhock or marshmallow or mallow on that wound topically and in them internally, I've never once not had that line gone in 12 hours.
Wow.
Never once.
Wow.
I use it on rattlesnake bites for the same reason, because the principal function of rattlesnake venom and brown recluse venom and hobo spider venom, they're all the same. They have a chemical in them called an enzyme called hyaluronidase that actually dissolves this glue that holds your cells together.
Oh.
Because spiders don't eat things, they drink things, right? They liquefy it and then they drink it through a straw. And marshmallow, there's something about it that, and hollyhock, and they can just go in and talk tissue out of dying. It's amazing.
Wow. That's a good one to have.
It's a really good one to have. And it's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty.
Nobody complains about hollyhocks.
Yep. You got some chamomiles down that are about done for the year.
Yep.
That's a great herb too. So I see you have some echinacea back here too. And that's purple coneflower, obviously. You can use black-eyed Susan the same way. And there's some wild rudbeckias, and I don't know if you've got any up in this neck of the woods, but down where I am, there's some wild yellow coneflowers and things that are also medicinal in the same way. Most people, it seems like in North America, we're a little obsessed with the root, and we only want the root. But I find the flower to be just as effective for all the immune boosting stuff.
Okay.
And that's what most people take it for. It's particularly good, in my experience, for bacterial infections.
Oh.
That's where it's really a rock star. More so, you know, everybody takes it when they have a cold, and it helps that. But if you have a bacterial infection, it's really amazing.
Okay.
But the thing that I use it for, and I get fussy about wanting the root, is rattlesnake bites.
Ah.
Because it also, you know, we talked about the marshmallow talking the cells out of dying, which is a good idea. But what the echinacea does, it actually neutralizes that enzyme in the venom that dissolves the hyaluronic acid, that's the glue that holds your cells together. It actually neutralizes that enzyme and shuts it down. And wherever you start the echinacea, that's where the tissue loss stops. Oh. Every time. And I've done it over and over in the practice. I get a lot of dogs, rattlesnake bites. I don't ever get them in the people practice, in the naturopath practice. I don't. For some reason, when they hear that noise, they don't stick their head under the bush and say, why are you making that noise?
Hopefully not.
It's always a Labrador. It's always on his nose.
Oh, poor guy.
But anyway, that echinacea root stops that tissue destruction, and it stimulates hyaluronic acid production.
Okay.
So not only does it, you know, stop it from dissolving the mortar holding your house together, but it puts more mortar in. You know, so it's amazing.
That's
it's good
an
for
amazing combination.
Yeah, very handy for a rattlesnake bite.
Yeah.
Or a hobo bite, or a
So would you
brown
just make a
recluse bite.
tincture of the two together, or
Yeah,
just take
and
a mallow tincture?
Yeah, so it doesn't matter hardly at all how we get herbs into our body. It really doesn't. You could make a poultice. You could make a tincture of them all. I have a formula called Venom and Sting that's got marshmallow, echinacea, and plantain and dandelion root. Okay, so marshmallow's keeping the tissue from dying. Echinacea's turning the venom off. Plantain's pulling toxins out of the body. Right. And dandelion root is eliminating all the garbage that is building up from all that. Right. You know, by stimulating the liver and kidneys. But yeah, you can put it on topically, and that's what I do, is I put it on topically the first day, you know, every couple hours. Yeah. You know. Okay. And then I have them taken internally too. So I have them do that for about a week. The first day we do it every couple hours, and then a couple times a day for a week or two, and that usually straightens them out. Oh, that's amazing. It's amazing. Good. It's also good for cartilage injury, because for the same reason. So if you got a, you know, a rotator cuff or a knee thing or something cartilagey that's mad, echinacea can help heal that and rebuild that cartilage. That's amazing. That's really good. Yeah, fun. Good. Okay, so you've seen the cottage garden. I have. What do you think? Do you think it counts as a medicinal herbal garden? I would give this an A+, no question. Oh, wow. You have so many things here that can be applied to so many issues, you know. Yeah. And it's so beautiful and so sweet, and I just love it. And this is what, 3 years old? Is that what we're thinking? I think this is the 3rd year. Yeah. And look at the growth you have and the production you have. You know, this little patch. How big is this? I do not know, but it's not very big. It's not very big. And in this little patch, you have, you know, you're producing way more medicine than your family would probably need for a year. Definitely. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, there's an abundance of medicine here. Yeah. And you have so many bases covered for everything from gastrointestinal stuff to infectious disease stuff to wound stuff to pain and, you know, nervous system stuff. I mean, I don't see anything here that you're missing, really. I mean, it's a fantastic garden. Well, that means a lot. That's a really big recommendation. And you guys, just like Dr. Jones is saying, this isn't a big space, and we have a lot out here, so be encouraged. You can do a lot in a very little bit of land. It's just so beautiful. I love the little chairs. I mean, what's not to like about your garden? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. So if you haven't checked out Carolyn's YouTube channel, it's Homesteading Family. Her and her husband Josh and their adorable kids have this amazing resource for learning all kinds of things about homesteading and self-reliance. And they have a website, homesteadingfamily.com. Go check that out. But anyway, thanks so much for letting us pop in.
Yeah.
I think you guys are spoiled rotten up here.
We are.
So-
We are. Thanks for coming.
Happy to be here. Thanks much. Thanks for watching.